And so we have the man of the moment, Red Bear, on the lines with us this very moment as we're about to kick off with his interview, also known as Spamandla. Do you want to say hello to the listeners, Spamandla?
Hello, everyone.
Awesome having you with us. Awesome having you with us, Spamandla. So, a quick bio about the man of the moment, Spamandla, which states Kwaito is his calling. So, with an awe-aspiring pen as a songwriter coupled with his dynamism as a performer, Spamandla Dia, better known as Red Bear, is a superstar in the making and has his eyes fixed on becoming South Africa's next Kwaito sensation. Born in Xilima Township in Potchefstroom in KwaZulu-Natal province to a poor family, Red Bear found comfort and creativity in Kwaito music as a young artist and has since worked with some of top producers on his debut album as he chases his South African dream. It all started in 2008 when he released his first single, which reflected on his upbringing and challenges, and becoming instrumental in boosting his confidence as an artist. But Red Bear's journey was not an easy one, as he had to stay between Bizana in the Eastern Cape and Xilima in KwaZulu-Natal and juggle around family challenges and politics. Moving around the two provinces coupled with other challenges meant hindering on his school progress, and that eventually resulted in him dropping out of school in standard 6. But nevertheless, we still have the man of the moment who is out here with us and is rocking out here. Red Bear, glad to have you with us out here, man.
Yes, sir. I'm so happy to be live on this on radio with you, man.
Awesome. So as we said before that we played one of his songs, which was Kwela Sobadele, and we are also going to be going into some interview questions with Red Bear this very moment. So Spamandla, how did you get started in music?
I started as a dancer. When I was young, I was one of the dancers. So later on, I just discovered that I can also write the song, and I wasn't sure if that was my calling or not. But as I was growing up and started recording, because I did my first demo in 2003, but it was just a demo. Then after that, that's where I've realized that music it's actually my calling.
That's great stuff, Spamandla. So, what are your influences? Like, who was your influence into getting into the music industry, and why?
You mean my idol?
Yes.
Yeah, I will say Mandoza.
Okay.
Mandoza is I like the way he do his music. I will say it was my first love when even as a dancer, as I started singing. That was the artist that I was looking up to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great stuff, and Mandoza is really a great inspiration to many, I would say. I mean, I've heard a lot of his music from a young age, growing up, like Nkalakata and other songs as well. He's got some good stuff, no lie. So, yeah. So, Spamandla, our next question, what is your creative process like? Like, how do you go about creating when it comes to your music, with the songwriting, lyrics, and the music creation, etc.?
I will say it's not easy, but it's great, because I will say it's always testing my flexibility, because with the genre that I'm doing, the genre that I'm doing, it's the game it's keep on changing. Remember, I started as a Kwaito artist. We were doing Kwaito back then. in
Yes.
2003. Then as the time goes by, we started to move to Durban Kwaito. Then from Durban Kwaito, we moved to GOM. As now, I'm moving to Amapiano now.
Yeah.
From Durban, from GOM music. Then now I'm doing Amapiano. So I will say it's not easy, but it's great because it's always testing how flexible I am.
Great stuff, Spamandla.
Yes.
And what do you think makes your music unique from other genres or other music that's out there?
I think it's the way I write my music.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the music that is known as a youth music, but I'm always making sure when I'm writing that it's accommodating everyone, young, old.
Yes.
So I will say that makes me unique.
That's great stuff, Spamandla. And what are your thoughts on the global rise of Amapiano music in general?
Yeah, I will say I think we have a very great genre because I also realize that even abroad they also like and play Amapiano.
Yes.
Yes.
True. In fact, I kind of caught onto it myself over the years when I first heard some stuff from some of these local great producers like Kabza the Small, DJ Maporisa, and they had some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I came across your stuff, and it was something else. It's really awesome, I must say. No doubt about it. So our next question, Spamandla. So what's the story behind your stage name, which is Red Bear? How did you come about the name Red Bear?
It's simply because when I grew up,
Yeah.
I didn't know my family from my father's side. I only met with them. It was 2009.
Okay.
So that's where I was. I described myself as a wild dog.
That's a good way of putting it, but on the other side of things, it's really awesome. I mean, you are out here, you are making out music despite your challenges over the years. Even reading from your profile, the challenges and the obstacles that were there in front of you, you still went through it and you still pushed through, and you're out here. And I can guarantee, I wouldn't say guarantee, but I mean, for me, I can see you have a bright future ahead, and you making big singles out there, reaching out with other performers and artists, and for me, I see you going that level, no doubt.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I'm hoping and praying for that. But I don't really think there's any way that I can now back off, because I've been doing music for more than 10 years.
Exactly.
So, yes.
Yeah, you've come so far too. So I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, so Spamandla, our next question, what's your favorite song of your own that you've made?
Yeah, that's a hard one because hey, you know what? The thing is, each and every time when I release a song, especially when I release a single song, it's always for me. It's always sound better than the previous one. So I will say I think by next week I'll be releasing my new single. So for now, that's my favorite song.
That's great. So, we have a few more questions this moment as well for you. One of which, okay, so what's the most challenging part of being a recording artist or musician for you?
I will say it's it's to get to the into on to the food chain,
Yeah.
because there's there's people so called gatekeepers and
Yes.
or doorkeepers, because here I'm saying that because here in South Africa it's no longer about you as an artist being talented or extremely talented.
Yes.
It's now more about who you know.
That's
So
true. Yeah.
yeah, so I will say that's the most challenging part, and our industry it's dating. I won't lie. There's so many bad things that you face as an artist on your way up, because some people will come to you and say, yes, I can help you, but I will in return I need one or maybe one or two things, of which some of those things it will make you like you are selling your soul. So that's the one. So one of the things that I have faced, and I've never wanna do that, and I will never, because I know that music is my calling. So I don't need to do anything that will make me like sleepless at night.
Exactly. That's true, Spamandla. I mean, you can't be putting yourself into things where you feel you're not comfortable with at the same time. As much as you have great things ahead of you, you gotta be wise, especially when you're dealing with probably like managers and stuff out there that will want to trick you into doing business with them, and then they will be robbing you off what you have and stuff like that. It happens all over the world. It happens. I've seen many. It's like it's one of those things, you just gotta be careful out there,
And you must be very careful.
True. So, Spamandla, on the flip side of things, speaking of the challenging part of being a recording artist, so also, what is the most rewarding part of being a recording artist for you?
For me, it's to be on stage. When I being on stage and deliver my music by myself to the crowd or to the people. It's a food of my soul. So it makes me feel alive.
Yeah.
So that's the most rewarding part for me.
That's awesome stuff, Spamandla. With our last question for this moment, what advice would you give to other aspiring artists out there?
First of all, I think as an artist must really look deep and ask themselves if the music it's a calling, or it's just something that they like.
Yeah.
Then if you know that it's your calling, you don't have to give up. And no matter how hard it is, but you don't have you mustn't give up.
That's awesome stuff, and some great advice, Spamandla, I would say. And before we go, you spoke about another song that you were releasing as well. Can you tell us about it as well? Tell us a bit more about it. When will it be released? Any idea at the moment? And where can we get the song? Maybe on what social platform can we find it on and stuff like that?
Okay, yes, no, the song I will be releasing next week. I think from it could be Wednesday or Thursday, and I'm releasing under the I don't know what you call it, but it's a music distributor called DistroKid. So yes, you can find it on iTunes, Apple Music. I think I will say you can find it in all music platforms.
Okay, that's great stuff, Spamandla, and thank you once again for being with us on South Coast Radio. We really appreciate you out here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that was our man of the moment, Spamandla, aka stage name Red Bear. Do you want to say anything else to the listeners before we head out, Spamandla?
We're playing the who's Kibeli Bus Birthday Crew Fan. Himo driver. We birthday crew fan. Kwela so bad. Okay. I love you people. Thank you very much.
Awesome, Spamandla, great having you with us again. And that was him performing a portion of his song Kwela Sobadele that we played before the interview. And I was just looking at the list of songs that I had from him also. There is one that's called Rise Again. I was thinking of playing this one as well, seeing that this is a man who has been through a lot of stuff and he's come so far in the music industry, not just in the music industry himself, but his personal life, and he's rising out here out in South Africa. So I want to be playing this song also. It should be an inspiration to many of you out there as the listeners. I hope you guys enjoy this one coming up next, which is Rise Again by Red Bear. And also thank you once again guys for joining us. Thank you Red Bear for joining us on South Coast Radio,
the radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.